Coach Angela, and today we are doing a modified full body workout. We're going to be working on our strength. You'll only need a couple things for equipment, just a chair, a yoga mat, and a couple foam blocks. And if you want to really challenge yourself, a couple free weights. So let's get started. All right, we're going to begin by warming up those shoulder blades and releasing tension. Just soft shoulder rolls. Good. And from here now, we can bring it around and bring it forward, back to front. Good. Awesome. Now we're going to use just the backs of our hands and press them to the back. And we're going to push our elbows forward and back. Good. You might feel some popping and some clicking. That's okay. Usually it's just air pockets releasing in the joints. So there we go. Working on that mobility. 5, 6, 7, and touch those shoulders and bring it around. And let's bring it the other way. And now you're going to bring in those elbows and we're going to bring it forward and out. Every time you go out, I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades. Yes? Working on the rotation of those arms, on the mobility of that upper body. Good. Now from here, we're just going to be very relaxed. We're simply going to throw our arms. And you can use your knees a little bit into it. Good, nice and easy, releasing those shoulders. Good, and just a couple more times. Really release and relax for this. Breathing out as your arms go down. And now from here, we're going to start doing some marches by bringing the knee up, just to hip height. Good, we're working on our balance, our stability, and these hips. Good. If you can't make it all the way up there, that's all right too. Just some modified marching is good as well. Work on that transfer of weight from one leg to the other. Good. And we're now going to begin to step side to side together. You can bring your arms out if you'd like, or you can put them on your hips. Good, just nice relaxed stepping. And now we're just going to tap front, tap back, tap front, tap back. Good, other leg. Good. Last time. All right, now this one, what we're gonna do is we are gonna do some modified squats. So you can use your chair, making sure those knees are in line, and come up as you squeeze these glutes in. Good, and we come down and up. Nice and slow. We're working on our form, keeping our core tight so we don't let this back go. The back should be in alignment. Good, let's do a couple more. Exhale as you come up and squeeze those muscles, okay? And exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Your weight should be on the heels. All right, and we're gonna take a seat here. We're just gonna start doing some calf raises. Pulled up out of those spines. Do your best to give yourself a long spine. We're still breathing, even though this is just the warm up, okay? Up, up, and hold. Good. Do your best to hold it. As we're holding this calf raise, let's start looking all the way down with our neck and gently all the way up. Everything is gentle. We're not shocking our necks with sharp movements. Nice and gentle. Now we're going to look side to side and up and side and up. Good. And from here, twist that neck. Fabulous. And let's stand up and get started. All right, so we are going to get right into some step ups. So you're going to put the block under your foot and hold this chair for stability here. Perfect. We're going to get into a soft lunge and drive the knee up as you come up and squeeze this supporting glute and squeeze. If you feel that this is too much of a challenge for your stabilizing muscles, get rid of the block and just do some regular lunges to knee up. Good. There we go. Deep breathing. And we're going to switch. All you have to do is you can turn around at home, but for the sake of our video here, I am going to completely change the chair on the side that it's on. All right, ready? And we go down into our lunges. Exhale as you come up. And we're squeezing that supporting leg coming up. Good. Let's do one more. And squeeze. Good. Now from here, we are going to jump right into some regular lunges. What I want to do for modification reasons is you can stack your blocks just like this. Good. And it's going to go right under your knee here. So that way you know when to stop. We're going to lunge and up. Very gentle. If you don't have blocks at home for this purpose, you can totally use a pillow. That works as well. Good. And I'm going to switch. All I'm going to do is move this over. 6, 7, and lunge. There you go. Nice and gentle. Squeezing this supporting glute here. This is what's important, all right? Making sure that our weight is right in the middle here. I'm not dropping my chest forward. I'm right on top of this, right in the middle. Let's do one more. And squeeze. Good. Now what you can do at home is we are going to use this chair for our modified squat. Get right in front of it and let's make sure our feet are shoulder width apart as we begin to squat and up. Squeeze those glutes as we come up. If you feel like this is too much for the knees as well, what you can do is you can widen your stance, get the toes facing the corners of the room, and come down. That could be a little bit more gentle on those knees. Good, and let's do one more. And squeeze. All right, we're going to start from the beginning of that sequence. We're going to get right back into those step ups. Got my block ready, and we go down and up. Good, really driving that knee in. Good. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is also the form of your supporting knee as you go down, making sure that we're not too wobbly there. The knee should not be coming in or too far out. It should be right on top of that foot, all right? Let's do one more. Nice and gentle. If you can't go that low, that's okay. Good, and we're gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna rotate my chair this time. I feel like I'm stable enough on this side. Good, and we're gonna come down and drive this knee up. Drive it up. Squeezing that supporting glute. Keeping this core engaged. Good, and squeeze. Awesome. Back into our modified lunges. And if you don't need the blocks, that's great. You don't need it, don't use it. But if you do, let's get into it. And we gentle lunge. Deep breathing. Even though it's modified, we still have to make sure we are keeping our breath work in check. Good. Core is tight. Let's do one more for good measure. And to the other side. If you know that you're weaker specifically on one side, then make sure you're doing more reps on that side than the other, just to kind of compensate for any kind of weakness that could be happening on the weaker leg. Good. And with this chair, it should just be used as stabilization. You shouldn't be gripping onto it too much, just for some light stabilization. The real stabilizing should be happening in the muscles around the knee, around the ankle, and in the core, all right? All right, and squeeze. Get these blocks out of the way. Let's get back into those squats. And of course, if you're at home, you don't need to be moving the chair around like that. You can just simply walk over to the seated edge and get started. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just go at your own pace. Just make sure that your form is correct if you feel like you need to pick things up with the speed. Slower is better if you're doing it correctly. If we go too fast with the wrong form, you could risk getting injured, or you could just not get the full benefits from what you're doing. And last one. Good. We're going to do that whole sequence one more time, but only half of the reps. All right? Get that block ready and stabilized. We go down and squeeze. Down. Squeezing this glute. Last one. Awesome. And switch to the other foot. We go down and up. We're really working on the full range of motion in this hip here. And up. Good. This should be the last one. And squeeze. Perfect. Now, I'm not going to put the double block this time for our lunges. I feel like I'm okay. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'll just use the single one. And I'll use it just as a reminder that I shouldn't be going too low. This is our last one. And switch. Ready, and down. Keeping that knee in check with the hip and the foot. It should all be in line. And squeeze this glute. Last one. Right into those squats. Ready? Walk around to your seated side. And we go down and up. This is the last two. Make it count. Squeeze those glutes. Last one. And take a seat. All right, we are going to get into some of our arm movements. I'm going to grab my block. There we go. We are actually going to be using weights if you feel like challenging yourself, or blocks like me for a more modified version. I am going to hold my blocks up here. Shoulders are down, shoulders are back. I am going to simply press and switch. Ideally, if you have weights in your hands, then you would be using this as a single arm press. But we're working on our light strength and mobility right now. Good. Getting the full range of motion if you can. Elbow comes back in near the side of the body. Good. Let's only do a couple more. And place these blocks or your weights down to the floor. And from here, we're simply just going to be doing some jabs. The fist rotates as you punch out. Let's see some power in those if you got the energy in you. You can't make a full fist, that's okay. I know for me with my long nails, it's a little challenging, so I just have a little loose fist going, and that's okay too. There you go. I'm using my core to twist in with these jabs. Good. Let's only do a couple more. Ready? Double time. Rotating those fists. There you go. And let's grab a single block or your weight. You're going to use 2 arms, and we're going to simply drive it up and drive it down. Good. Keeping that core tight and keeping those shoulders down and back. Yes, there we go. You should be feeling it in your arms, feeling it in your lats. And up, and down. Good. And let's switch it up. You're going to grab both your weights now. Fantabulous. Take a deep breath in, and let's get into those alternating arm presses. There we go. Keeping the shoulders down if you can. Core is still engaged even though we're sitting down. And even though I'm not using any weights, I promise you my muscles are activated. This is still a good modified workout just with these light blocks. Keeping those shoulders back and down by using those lats. Fabulous. And let's do only a couple more. Put them down and right into our jabs. Nice and strong. There you go. Twisting those fists as they come out. Jab, jab. You can see my long nails there. My thumb just poking out. That's okay. Thankfully, we're just hitting the air. There you go. Twisting a little bit with that core. Keeping it engaged even though we're just sitting. Good. And let's grab that single weight. Both hands on it. And we're going to reach up and down. Up. Good. Everything is engaged. To challenge yourself a little bit, if you're using a foam block with me, do your best to keep tension on the foam block, not gently holding, tension on that foam block. Good. Controlled. Breathing as we go. Awesome. We're almost done this sequence. We're going to put this down and grab both of our foam blocks and finish off strong for our seated arm sequence. And start to do those arm presses. At this point, if you are using weights and you're feeling really, really tired, feel free to put down the weights and simply just move your arms up and down using only your body weight. Make sure you're breathing. There we go, just like me, in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Fabulous. And let's put these down right into those jabs. Nice and strong. Yes? Some energy as you hit the air. Twisting those fists and that core. There we go. And we're almost done this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And holding that single weight or that block. 2 arms, putting pressure if you'd like. And up. And down. Driving it all the way up, reaching forward. I don't want you to see it too close to the body here. We want to be reaching away from your body. Good. And let's only do a couple more. And let's relax. We are going to put these to the side and we're going to jump up onto our feet here. Chair can be moved to the side here. All right. We are going to start doing some standing dead bugs, which is definitely low impact compared to the floor. So arms are going to be up and we come elbows in. Using that core to keep stable, feeling that transfer of weight from side to side, one leg to the other. Good. And again, if this is too easy for you, use a free weight to hold here, and you can bring it in up and down just like this. You're going to be feeling this possibly in your shoulders, in your arms. You could even be feeling it in your stabilizing muscles in the ankles. Really be feeling it in the core as well. Make sure you're breathing. Good. From here, let's grab this block or your weight again, and we're going to go from hip up, twisting that core. Exhaling. There you go. Let's only do 2 more. There you go. And last one. Now we switch to the other side. Let's go. Right for it. Think about the motion. Think about the alignment in your body. So there's no injuries here. Be aware of your movements. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Deep breath in. All right, so we just finished that. Let's keep holding this block. We are going to get into just a soft lunge, nothing too deep, unless if you'd like to, just a soft one, and we're simply going to twist. Good. Your core should be doing all the stabilizing here. If you're having a hard time balancing as you go, then keep your eye on something stable. Good. Just a soft lunge. And let's switch. Soft lunge. Nice and gentle movements. Good. And for an extra challenge, keep tension on that block if you'd like, or keep holding your weight. And let's put this down, holding your weights or not, arms up, and we go back to our dead bug. Transfer that weight. Good. Focusing on transfer of weight from one leg to the other is a good way to keep your body young. Good. Making sure that you can really feel your body. If it starts to go off center, pull it back in. Good. Breathing. Perfect. We're just about done this one. Let's pick up our weight or your block, and we're going to start from the hip up. Last one. Good. And straight to the other side. Focusing on that core movement, yes? Good. Holding onto that block. Bring it down into a relaxed lunge and twist. Deep breathing still, yes? Core is tight, keeping you stable. And switch. Pressure on that block for extra muscle activation, yes? Twisting. And let's come up. Last round of our dead bug, and we go right into it. Good. Think about that core, please. Good. And finally, we're almost done. Let's do the last bit of this. We're going to start hip and up. Keeping those arms long and reaching. Let's do one more. Reach those arms and other side. And now right into our demi lunges. Nice and gentle, and we twist. Good. After this, feel free to get a drink of water, and we're going to get right into the next section right after this. And up and switch. And last twist. Good. Let's move on. And this is going to be the last section before we take it to the floor. We're going to put our hands by our ears and crunch forward. Good. Still engaging that core, but we're doing more fluid movements this time. Transferring that weight still. Good. And now from here, we're going to bring it right to the side, right to the side. There you go. Good. Crunching these side obliques and working on those hip flexors. And now all we're going to do is we are going to go arms up and in. If you have your weight, feel free to hold your weight. Good. The harder it is, the lower you get. So if this is too easy for you, feel free to bend those knees more. Fluid movements. Good. And we're going to bring it back up and twist. Breathing. Engage that core. And directly to the side we go. Transfer that weight. Side obliques. Good. From here, bring it down. Good. And in. Just little light toe taps. Good. Take it slower if you're feeling a little bit winded. This part should be nice and gentle. And this is going to be the last time that we do this sequence. Let's go again from the crosses. Good. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right to the side. If you can't get your knee all the way up there, that's okay. Do it to the best that you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for that. There we go. We can do it. This is the last round before we take it to the floor. Last exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. I'm going to put my chair away. Taking it all the way down to the floor, you're going to lie down just like the letter T, and we are going to use our core to bring us around. Here we go. Now, this one is going to feel possibly really easy to you. If it does, that's great. If it does feel a little bit challenging for you, then this is why we're doing it. A lot of time as we tend to get older, when we fall or if we need to get out of bed, it's good to know that we can do this and we have this in our back pocket. Good. This is going to help you get up if you're from the floor or get out of bed sometimes as well. Good. Let's do a last one. And lie flat on the back. We are going to bring our belly button in towards our spines to engage those lower abdominals, bringing these legs up, and all we're going to do is tap to the floor. Good. Now, the harder it is, the more the legs come out. So if you need to bring it in, that's okay too. Now, a lot of time what people do is sometimes they'll just bend their knee as the workout, but the hinge should be coming from the hip, not your knee. Just from the hip. Good. And now from here, we're going to go down and hold it just above the floor. Holding these lower abdominals. Good. And relax. Bring it back to T-pose. And we go. Using your core. Yep, I'm not using my feet to push off. I'm just using my arm and my core to bring me around. Controlled lowering. Good. And back to T-pose. Bring those legs in. Bring that belly button in and off the floor. Perfect. We're going to touch and tap. Touch and tap. Good. Only a few times before we hold. Good. Let's only go a couple more times. Ready? We go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up and hold. We're only going to hold for a little while, not too long. Deep breathing while we wait. Deep breath in. And exhale. Bring it down. Now, this is going to be the last sequence for this one. We're going to bring it around and flat. Good. Here we go. We're halfway through our T-pose here. Let's only do 4 more. 1, 2, and controlled lowering. I don't want to see you guys flopping back over. I want to see a nice controlled lowering. Good. Bringing those legs up. And for the last time, in and touch. Good. This is going to be our core blaster for the whole workout. If you weren't feeling it too much during our standing portion, you're definitely feeling it now. Good. Breathing in and out. We're going to bring it in and down and hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you can, bring in those knees and give it a gentle squeeze. Good. Let's bring it around to our knees now. Now you're going to get just on top. Perfect. From here, we are going to start with our fire hydrants. So we're going to go up to the side and down. Good. Keeping that core engaged. And switch legs. We go up and down. Squeeze that glute as you go up. Good. Here we're opening up the hip So if you can't quite go as high, that's okay too. Just making sure that you're getting that motion in is good. And from here, you are now going to roll down to the floor. Feet can be facing the heavens, hands behind the ears or under your chin, and you're simply going to squeeze those glutes to bring them up. Good. Upper body can be relaxed. There we go. And from here, drop those legs. Let's move to our back. And we're gonna make sure that our feet are not too wide, not too close in, hip width apart, and we're gonna squeeze up for our glute bridges. You're possibly even gonna be feeling this in your core as well. If you are, that's excellent. But I really want you to focus on squeezing with these glutes. Good. Good. Last one and squeeze. Amazing. Drop it. And let's start that sequence from the beginning. Up onto your knees. And we open. And again, if I'm going too fast for you, then take a little breath and feel free to go at your own pace, okay? Last one. And switch to the other side. Squeeze. Hold that core in place, making sure that your body is stable. Good. And last one. On the knees. Take it down, laying down on the floor. Good, nice and comfy. Legs should be 90 degrees from the floor. And we squeeze. Good. Squeeze the best you can. We're almost done. This is going to be the last sequence that we're going to do. And then you can get some water and go on with the rest of your day. Or maybe you want to take more videos with us. Feel free to do that as well. Perfect. Turning around. And glute bridges. We go up and down. Squeeze and lower. Good, driving those hips up to the floor. Up to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Good. Exhale up. Gentle lower. All right, we are almost done here. Let's do this all over again from the beginning. Ready? Up onto the knees. We are going to go 1, 2. This is going to be it. This is the last sequence, and then we are done for the day. Last one. Other side. We go 1. Squeeze. And breathe. Good. Ready? Last squeeze. There we go. Down flat to the floor. Nice and comfy. Let's go. We squeeze. There we go. Only 2 more. And there you go. Last time. Glute bridge. And then we are done. I promise you. And ready? Find your comfy spot. Make sure your spine is in line. And drive those hips up. This is our absolute last exercise for the whole workout. So make sure you're getting the most out of these last reps. Ready? Let's only do 2 more. This is 1. This is 2. Squeeze and lower. Good. And roll onto your side and come up. Well, good job, steppers. Again, I am Coach Angela. If you ever want to take more classes with me, just look on our Step app and click on my video. I'll see you here on our next modified workout. Bye.